take what works, leave what doesn't. We all know who we are in the story. And I sure appreciate each and every one of you. I really do. And if you appreciate what I do here, help me out. Hit that like button. Blink right there. Like, comment, share, subscribe. All that good stuff really makes a difference to my channel. And I'd love to see my channel continue to grow. So that's how you can help me make that happen. All right, let's see what is going on for all of my Virgos for the next 7 to 10 days. Grateful, thankful for the messages, always. All right, you ready? Here we go. First card out for you is the Chariot reversed to the Three of Wands. All right, listen, you know, car trouble immediately came to mind. So, listen, if your car needs some help or needs to be serviced, do it, all right? I really feel as if you will have no regrets, because if not, you will. All right, Three of Wands coming in reversed. I think, you know, if you don't do it now, you know, things are going to, you know, it's only going to get, it's like a bad toothache, right? You know, you got to go to the dentist, you got to go to the mechanic, all right? You got to do what you got to do, Virgo. Because the Three of Wands coming in reverse, you know, that just doesn't look like things are going to look very good if you don't. And there's also this need for you to, you know, make a shift, make a change, Virgo. I mean, come on, you know, this Chariot says, you know, you're pretty blocked, you know, and you're blocked, and the direction you're going in, it's not going to be good for the future, you know, things are going to get harder, they're not going to get easier. So yeah, rough start already, Virgo. So let's see what else we got for you. We've got the Five of Swords on top. We've got the High Priestess also reversed. All right, now listen, this Five of Swords is reversed again. You know, I mean, you're avoiding doing what you have to do, all right? Seven of Wands says you need to speak up. You know, the Five of Swords says, you know, you got to fight for what you want. You know, if you want your life to change here, you're going to have to you're going to have to speak up, all right? And you're going to have to, like, either let people know that you're sinking here, you need some money to fix your car, or you need a little bit of help, or you know, you need some support in turning it around. I mean, recent past, we have the High Priestess coming in reverse. I think intuitively you know you need to do something. Some of you might find yourself pregnant. We do have the Empress here. That doesn't mean all of you, you know, not all of you are going to be pregnant, but some of you might end up being pregnant. You know, and that might be a block. What do I do if you are, right? So listen, you got a lot of things to think about, all right? Hermit, your final outcome. So let's see what else we got going on here. All right, you don't want to say anything. You're trying to pretend that if you close your eyes or turn the radio up, you know, the car will run much better that way, right? You know, if you don't address it, it'll go away. If it doesn't rain, the roof's not leaking. You know, you just can't live life that way, all right? Because, you know, things are going to hit. And, you know, things are going to happen from out of nowhere. So you can't pretend anymore, all right? You know, here, the Five of Swords. This is you doing things, you know, regardless, fighting for what you want, you know? And, you know, there's this energy there. Here, it's like, where is it? You know, where's the fight? Where is, you know, your voice? Now what are you going to do? All right, because here we have the Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords sitting on top of that Page of Swords. You know, here, this card to me says, you know what you need to do? You need to go back to school. You need to go get a job. You need to go find a way to advance yourself through the skills that you have, your mind. What can you do? That's what this Page of Swords says. You have the power to do this. The Empress. If you are pregnant or you have kids, because this could indicate you might, you know, maybe you're a single mom. I mean, I have a woman here. I just see women. You know, maybe you're a single mom. Now, you got to figure it out. And if you're pregnant, you got to figure that out, right? A lot you got to figure out, right? So you need to find your voice. You need to stand up for yourself. You need to, you know, see what you can do. So here, all those voices in your head, you're going to have to find a way to calm them down. See, and I see you sitting in the woods, taking the time to be alone. You know, maybe even actually do that. Build a fire. You know, go out, you know, in nature and just kind of hang out. And, you know, what's it feel like, you know, after being so intense in somebody else's space or what's going on in your life to now to be among nature? What does that feel like? You know, let's change from, you know, all of these swords to that, to feeling like, oh my gosh, now I'm in the woods and, you know, it was spooky out here and what did I just hear? And, you know, really put you in the present, you know. But I think, you know, just doing something outside of your norm, you know, to get you out of your head is really what I think I'm trying to get across to you. Go do something that, you know, will shift your attention from all of your issues and problems here to something else so that the answers can start to come. You know, because you're overthinking everything. I don't know what to do. I don't know. I don't know. And you feel as if you're very defeated here. I mean, really, I mean, these are very, you know, sad cards to me. You know, because you don't see hope for your future. You don't know what to do. You don't even feel like, you know, there's anything worth fighting for. But yet here, you know, there is this possibility of something really amazing being born, whether that's a child or, you know, some idea or thought. With that Page of Swords, it could be an idea, a business, a solution. So you've got to take that time. I mean, honestly, you know, Virgo, you've got to take this time, you know, to get out of these swords and into some new thoughts and new ideas, so that you can see that these swords, they're not that, they don't really hold you back from anything. You know, you're holding yourself back. You are the problem. You are the Chariot reversed here. Bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Cups. I like this for you. You know, this is what you have to tap into. You know, because the truth is, you're a good catch. You know, and a lot of people see you. A lot of people admire you. A lot of people look at you. You're kind. You're nurturing. You're loving. And here's the thing. You can manifest anything you want with that Magician card. But you got to get out of your head. You got to get out of this, you know, I can't do it and it's not going to work and what's the point? And you know, this is how it is. And, you know, especially when, you know, something new is really wanting to be born. Whether that's creatively, physically, you know, literally, you know, you fill in that Empress, right? But I feel as if you know, you've got to get out of your head, really. I mean, honestly. And once you do that, and, you know, you got to do it however way you got to do it. You know, go to an amusement park and get on a roller coaster, especially if you hate roller coasters, because that'll totally get you out of that. Yeah, I'm just saying, you know, do something that will distract you, you know, long enough so that when you go back to all of these swords, you're gonna realize, oh, that sword doesn't exist. Oh, and neither does that one. Oh, and that one doesn't either. And you can start to dissolve some of these stories you've got in your head. All right, so you can turn your life around because something really good is about to be born. All right, listen, that's what I've got for you, Virgo. Please take what works, leave what doesn't. We all know who we are in this story. I sure appreciate each and every one of you. And if you appreciate what I do here, help me out. Hit that like button, like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. I will see you all later for another reading. Until then, be well, be happy, be kind. Bye.